Okay, hey y'all. It's your girl, Big Legs. I be forgetting to add the big in there. Probably just because I don't feel big. But anyway, how y'all doing? This is Life of Lex. And also, I'll be mixing up the name. Because I tried to make an intro other than the song that I just had playing. And I tried to sing it. And I kept singing Life with Lex. And I was like, that's not what I named it. And it was like 3 in the morning. So I was like, well, I'm not finna record it. So I just made another song and put that there. So that's how I got my intro song. But how are y'all? How's life? Mine is one hell of a show. Like, I really need my own show. I really need a movie about my life. Because half of this shit I cannot make up. All of the shit I can't make up, really. Because I just call it like I see it. I remember how I remember it. And I have a very strong memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember stuff that other people don't remember. Like, I remember stuff from when I was 3 years old. Like, I remember when Aaliyah died, right? I was 3. And that was in 2001. Yeah. So I was 3. And I came home because I was in Head Start in school, right? So I was only 3-year-old in a class full of 4-year-olds in Head Start. I think they were in pre-K. Anyways, I was in their class. But anyways, I get home from school and my mom and my cousin are telling me that Aaliyah died. And I think I had gotten a Aaliyah CD for Christmas that year. The red one, the Aaliyah album. You know what I'm saying? So I used to listen to it all the time. And then they told me that Aaliyah died. And I remember seeing the Rock the Boat video and she was in the water. And I was like, I was 3 at the time. So mind you, I didn't know better. So I'm like, well, how was she breathing in the water, right? So I thought she drowned. And then they told me that she died in a plane crash. So I was like, damn, she died twice? This bitch got 2 lives? But that's not how that worked. She died in a plane crash. But yeah, I remember that. But I don't remember 9/11, which also happened in 2001. It's kind of weird that I don't remember that. But that's neither here nor there. I was there. Not there, but I was in the world, right? So I just had the strangest memory. And I remember the strangest things. Like, and I have a lot of stories, if you can't tell. Like, when you listening to this podcast, there's no, I'm telling you a whole bunch of stories. And I want you to know that this shit is 100% true. Okay? Because if I can make this I couldn't make this shit up even better than what it was, or even more crazy than what it was, because it's already crazy. Like, this shit is crazy. But yeah, my life is something to know about, right? Something to know about. And that's why I come talk to y'all, right? And it also, like, a lot of people don't know about what's going on with me, what I'm doing with my life, right? And I literally have a whole podcast just talking about what I'm doing with my life and what's going on with me. And if people listen, that would, 1, answer all their questions. 2, help me out. Help me, nigga. Okay? And 3, it would bring all this shit into full circle, right? And we could all get a better understanding of what the fuck I got going on, right? But the thing is, I be talking real honest. Ain't nobody holding a gun to my head to tell me say the shit that I say. So I say what the fuck I want, and I talk how the fuck I want. And if anybody got a problem with it, they really don't have to listen. So, therefore, I just don't really tell people much about my podcast. Because if they listen, and they hear something they don't like, then they're going to feel entitled to tell me. And I'm going to feel entitled to say, you know, the fuck what? I pay that monthly fee so I can get up there and say, get over here and say what the fuck I want to say. And that's just that on that. That's my life. Like, if you don't remember something the way I remember it, I can't. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I guess I gotta expose the podcast more as to what it actually is instead of what I want it to be, right? Because, bitch, this is my confessional. This is my confession room. Okay. But that's neither here nor there, because this is what I enjoy doing. And when my life is in shambles, I shy away from the podcast because I just don't have it in me. And when I talk out my feelings, it's a give or take. Like, sometimes I give a lot and come to a conclusion. Sometimes it should take a lot out of me. I gotta go lay down. Okay. But that's just how life works. Like, you ever just talk to your therapist, and after you talk to your therapist, your mind is on so many things, and you're just like, what the fuck? That's me. Every time I just be like, the day after talk, like the day of and the day after talk to my therapist, my whole world just be in shambles because she be opening my eyes, and I'm like, damn it, that shit real ghetto. I gotta stop saying ghetto. I used to have a course teacher that used to tell me that I was ghetto because I would come to school with flip-flops and toe socks because I didn't have cute shoes. And that's what was comfortable. I wanted to go to school and be comfortable. And I would wear toe socks and flip-flops. And she would call me ghetto. And I was like, bitch. She's not a bitch. I didn't mean to say that. But I just be real annoyed. Like, that shit used to grind my gears. Because for one, I couldn't afford, my mom couldn't afford to get me the shoes that everybody else had. So I didn't have to wear toe socks and flip-flops for me to be comfortable. And two, I liked it. Like, that was my thing. Toe socks and flip-flops. And everybody knew that was my thing. Toe socks and flip-flops. That and them big-ass nerd glasses. I had zebra print nerd glasses. And I had a zebra print phone case to match, bitch. And I had a pencil to match it. Girl, man, I was doing the damn thing. But that's neither here nor there either. And also, there is, I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with being ghetto or the ghetto. It's just that it is a word to describe people who were forced into impoverished living conditions and how that affected their character and their moral values and everything else, right? Just as colonialism shaped the character and the moral values of those who had the privilege of claiming another country. And that's just that on that. And I just want y'all to know that I did a little math, right? Well, Google did the math for me, right? So, if you look at the Constitution, under the first article, section, I want to say 8 or 9, right? Go look for yourself and find out. That it says that that Congress cannot make a law prohibiting the like selling and trading slaves, enslaved persons is what it says. And that each enslaved person, well, the owners, the masters, must pay a $10 tax per enslaved person. Right? And that was in 1787 when the U.S. Constitution was written. And it was put into effect in 1789. So, what that mean is, my ancestors, there was a tax paid on them for $10 per ancestor. And as far as I'm concerned, all of mine are black. So, that's about $40, right? $10 in 1787 would be worth about $300 today. $300, right? So, it sounds to me like I need another stimmy. I need a little 1,200 stimmy. You know what I'm saying? And we'll call it evens on the reparations. I'm just playing. But that is in the Constitution, if you want to go look that up and do the math yourself and do what you want with that information. But I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that in school. They did not tell me that in school. And one day I just decided to just look at the Constitution. And after knowing this information, it takes time to comprehend what it says and comprehend how that affects you. Because that does affect me. Even though that was written in 1787, it still affects me in 2023. Because at any given moment, they could put that back in force. And bitch, you worth $10. I'm worth $10. If I was working for a company, right? Not making a livable wage, that is kind of technically considered a slave, right? Not saying a slave, but that's kind of fits the definition. You know what I'm saying? So, my theory is that if they were to take back them amendments that Abraham Lincoln wrote, right? Then technically anybody with a low paying job would be considered a slave. And they'd be worth $10 according to the Constitution. I don't know. Don't pay me no mind. All I know is y'all need to read the Constitution. We all need to read the Constitution because I only got through the first article and it's a whole bunch of sections in that motherfucker. And that shit blew my fucking mind. I said, I can't, there's some bullshit. I couldn't even get through the rest of it. So once I get through the rest of it, we're going to come up with a plan. All right? We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to figure this shit the fuck out. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way it says that. And it does say that. Definitely does say that. But let me tell y'all what's just been going on with me and in my head. Because the last 2 days was a bit rocky. Okay? Ain't even gonna stunt on you. I almost didn't even make it here today. Because Tuesday, shit, I just couldn't take it no more. I could not take it. I was just so stressed out. I ain't even eat all day Tuesday. And if y'all know me, I ain't never turned down a meal. I love free food. I love free stuff, period. Did you say free? I'm on the way. Like, I'm not even playing with you. I have so many free t-shirts in school. But I was just so tired. It's so much. Like, just realizing that what I thought wasn't what was my reality is really heartbreaking. Like, when you think somebody cares about you and then they show you that they really don't, while simultaneously telling you that they do. That shit, ooh. And then having to figure shit out because when you thought you had shit figured out, people backed out of the plan. And now you're just stuck trying to figure it out. Like, I can't leave. I can't stay. I don't know. Rent due, light bill due, internet bill due, baby shark do. Okay? Like, I just don't know what to do with my life. Because I've just been working on different things to figure out what I like, figure out who I am, what I can offer to the world, right? Figuring out my own shit. But it ain't bringing in no money. Not yet. And you kind of need money to do stuff, right? It's just tough when you've been just trying and staying up late and trying to figure shit out and ain't shit coming from it. Then rent's due. You're like, well, damn, might as well just leave. And then I realized I cannot fucking leave. I have surgery this month. I gotta get this surgery because I'm so tired of just being in pain, right? And the surgery comes from the whole shit of the... Because the pain comes from the miscarriage, right? Or since the miscarriage, I've been having pain. And I have cysts and fibroids and endometriosis. Or endometriomas. Okay. You have to be diagnosed to have endometriosis. If you didn't know. But you can have endometriomas. Right? So, that is obviously a problem that I have to definitely get fixed. And my insurance is paying for it this time. So, I have to do it, right? Even though I didn't want to, I have to do it, right? But I also don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know how it's going to work out. I put God in control because I can't do it. Can't do it. I didn't do it. What movie is that from? Is that from Polar Express? I used to love watching the Polar Express. And I went to the movies to go see it. And bitch, they had us in the front row. And it was loud. And you know the little part where they go through the little tunnel thing? And the little gift shoot? Bitch, I thought I was in there. I was on a roller coaster in the movie theater. In the first grade. That's crazy. I'm old. Damn. I had to look at myself in the mirror last night and ask myself, bitch, do I look 25? I was looking at myself like, bitch, do you really look 25 years old? Are you really 25 years old? I was like, I look better than what I did when I was 18. I look real good now. But do I look 25? Like, when I turned 18, I was so cute. And then I still had my big titties for a couple of weeks. Oh, it's crazy. My anniversary is coming up for when I got my breast reduction. And so my 18th birthday, I was cute. And then I got the surgery. I was fine. But I was still learning how to do my eyebrows, so I still had them boxy eyebrows. But that was then. This is now. But yeah, now that I'm looking at myself, I'm like, girl, do you really look 25? And I did. I do. I don't know. I don't know what 25-year-olds look like, to be honest. Because as I get older, the older people are older. So I may look at them and think, oh, they're a little older. And they're 30. Not 25 or 24. Because if they're older than me, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things I had to come to a realization with. That I am now older, and the people that are older than me are older. Older. You know what I'm saying? Cause I used to think 26-year-olds were older and they had their shit together, and 24-year-olds, they had their shit together, and bitch, I ain't had my shit together yet. Okay. And if you are younger than me or older than me and you don't have your shit together, that's okay. It's absolutely okay, because I don't either. I really don't either. Well, actually, when I was 18, I still looked like I was 16. Like, I looked young. And I used to get ID'd all the time, and I still do. And my ID picture is from when I was 16. I haven't changed my picture yet. And so I don't look like that anymore, which is very crazy. Like, I still look the same, but I don't look like a 16-year-old anymore. My face is definitely changed. Definitely finished going through puberty. But one day I'm going to get cute and go change my ID picture. It just ain't going to be today. I don't know what to do with my life. And I'm pretty sure everybody's tired of hearing me say this shit. But it's just facts. So, like, what am I supposed to do besides say that I don't know what to do with my life? March 13th, 2020. Friday the 13th of 2020 was a very important day. Because nobody knew what the fuck was going on. We didn't know if we was going to die. We didn't know if we already had the Rona. We didn't know if we was going to get it. How to get it. Because it was little information then. They just said, stay the fuck home. Right? I went and picked up two of my friends. We went to the store and got us some shit and went back home. Because ain't no way. And I did that shit early before everybody got off work. And they was in there fighting, stabbing people and shit. And I'm so glad I did that, because, baby, I do not like going in a crowded store. But that day changed a lot of people's lives. Bigger than anything that I've seen. Other than Obama becoming president, that changed a lot. And I'm really thankful that Obama became president. just because we didn't think it was possible. We was gonna try, and they was trying to get everybody to vote. I'm talking about they was going to churches, getting people to sign up. And I was 10 then, so I couldn't vote. But I really wanted him to win. And I remember I was in my Odyssey class, my gifted program class. And at that time, we were doing a thing on elections, like a little section on elections. So we had like a fake election where we chose people to run for president, and we made like campaign videos and signs and all sorts of shit. Like we really did that shit. Like we made y'all know the song Hey you I don't like your girlfriend. We made that into a video, and it was like hey you I don't like your president. That shit was funny. But yeah, and I was the only black kid in the class. So whenever I would talk about Obama, because I wanted whoever was chosen that I was the campaign director for, I wanted like a cutout of Obama or like to Photoshop Obama in the picture, and it was like, hell no. It was like, ain't no way. I was like, why? He won. I was like, ain't no way. I was like, okay. And the day of the inauguration, I was in that class, and nobody talked to me that day, because we sat there and watched the election, like not the election, the inauguration, because that was what we were learning about, and nobody talked to me that day. It was very odd. And y'all, them kids in that class, they was ready to lynch my ass one day, because we had a flag in the room and we were moving it. And so I accidentally let it touch the ground, and they was ready to burn my ass with the flag. It was like, bitch, we gonna burn the flag and you. I'm like, damn, I ain't know. Like, I didn't know the flag wasn't supposed to touch the ground, and they was ready to lynch my ass. At 8 years old. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't know. Back then, I used to try to put on a tough persona so that they wouldn't bully me like the kids in my other classes did, because they already knew what the fuck was up. And these kids only saw me once a week. And I'll be a tough bitch once a week if I got to. But one thing y'all not gonna do is play with me. I'm here to learn. Experience some shit, okay? In that class, I'm so thankful for that class, because I learned so much. I did so much. And it really helped me grow. Like, what second grader can write a 2-page essay about a country they've never been to? A 2-page research paper typed and turned in at 7, 8 years old. But they sure enough had me in there doing that shit. And I wrote a paper about Lesotho, which is a small country in the middle of South Africa, if you didn't know. And of course I had to pick Africa because I was black. You know what I'm saying? I knew better. And it's also, I think, a little smaller than Rhode Island. That's how small the country is. If you didn't know. And I'm surprised I remember that. Because they actually made me measure which state is in comparison with the country. Anyways. I just don't know what to do. I keep praying that $1 million fall out of the sky. I ain't seen it yet. But I guess it's on the way since I prayed for it. And I just got to take my number, sit down and wait. And if y'all are wondering what that noise is, I'm sitting in a peacock chair. One of them old peacock chairs. The ones made out of, I think this is straw or bamboo. And so it makes a lot of noise. But it's a cute chair. So it's whatever. It can make all the noise it wants. Okay. But I just feel I don't know. I just feel like life is more important than the system that we've been placed in. The system of a continuous cycle. Like, we have to break this cycle. I have to break my cycles. Because this shit is ghetto. And I got in a cycle of going from working hard, hustling hard, to not working, right? And then I got a job and I was hustling, baby. I was not sleeping, barely eating, could barely afford lunch, could barely afford gas. I was door dashing to make gas money just to show up at work the next day. And I was driving from Carrollton, Georgia to Atlanta, Georgia, and traffic is a bitch. I'm talking about, it is no joke in Atlanta. And that shit was wearing me out. And then I took out a loan just so I can get out of my apartment because I had roommates and we weren't getting along and I just couldn't take it anymore. Because it was getting too petty, too messy, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I took out a loan, got an apartment. And then a week after I get in this apartment, I had to quit. Because my job doesn't like that I'm door dashing. And then a week after that, the country shuts down because of COVID. This bitch is Friday 13th. And so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. My refund check came in. So I was like, okay, I'm good for a month, right? Then I got unemployment. And bitch, I was living it up. I ain't even gonna flex. I ain't go for the PPP because they not finna come looking for me. But I sure enough was approved for the unemployment. And I was living good. And then here comes my ass moving across the state. Because I thought shit was sweet. And then I get here and shit was not sweet. Because they sure enough cut that unemployment off. That extra $500. And bitch, I was sick. And I had a job and I couldn't. Like, I had a work from home job. And every time I would clock in and make a couple calls. And I worked for this company. And we would call people and do surveys about who they wanted to vote for president. And I was very surprised that a lot of people wanted to vote for Trump. But I did my job. And I did it professionally. And I did it with a smile on my face, right? But it was always a problem with either my internet, my computer, or the software. And so I would get on work for like an hour. And then people would be like, oh, I can't hear you. You're breaking up. This, that, and the third. I had to clock out. So I wasn't making any money. Working for $9 an hour for an hour. Like, I wasn't making any money. And so shit just got tough. And eventually, I just had to go take my car to title bus. Because, bitch, I couldn't do it. And I'm about to head over there now. If we're being quite honest. If we're being quite honest. But that's okay, though. Because I gotta get this money by tomorrow. Oh, this shit is tough. And it's just like, people want to help. But it's kind of hard because there's so many levels to this shit. And I appreciate the help. I honestly do. But it's too many levels to this shit. And I don't even know what the biggest thing is. Because they're all pretty important. But, like I said, that's God's problem. I'm just going to sit here and cry. I cried so much Tuesday. And my eyes were so swollen yesterday. Or Tuesday and yesterday. Wait a minute, what the fuck is today? Oh, it's Thursday. Okay, yeah. My eyes were still swollen yesterday. Car having problems. Y'all, it's tough out here. And, like, as much as I just want to say, oh, woe was me, it's tough out here for all of us. Like, I wish I could help people more than I could. But I can't even help myself. I can, but it's hard. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to help myself. And as much as I would like for my podcast to just be the number one podcast in America for everybody to listen to, bitch, I don't want y'all knowing this much shit about me, to be honest. So, it's not that I just want my podcast to take off and be known for my podcast. It's more like, hey, if you want to learn and understand me, go listen to my podcast. Like, I'm honest and true on there. And that's for research purposes, not for entertainment purposes. This is not entertainment. Okay? Because I actually listen to my podcast and think about what I said and what was going through my head when I said it. And it helps me understand my life a little better. Because I be listening to myself and I'm like, I cannot believe I said that shit. I made my first TikTok and it was all cool in the beginning. And at the end, I said, and that's all I got for you guys. And make sure you wash your ass and don't go fucking up nobody else's day. Okay, bye. And I was like, did I really say go wash your ass? And I damn sure did. Damn sure did. And I hope y'all do wash y'all ass. But I just can't believe I actually said that. Like, I thought it, and then I didn't know. I forgot that I actually said it. And that's something I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, I just can't believe I was that myself in that video. Like, I put myself into that video. I didn't try to sugarcoat shit. That's exactly how I talk. Go wash your ass before you play with me. Okay? So, yeah. Just know when I'm on this podcast, I'm 100% me. This is me. This is Muriel Alexis Johnson. This is Big Legs. Whoever you want me to be, this is me. Coming from my voice, out of the goodness and kindness of my heart. Because I don't do it for y'all. I do it for me. Right? Because this is free therapy. Free therapy. And y'all are just listening to my session. And I'll be thinking about sending my therapist my podcast episodes and be like, let's just go from there, sis. What? Like, take some notes and let's just go from there. But she would probably be even more concerned about me than she already is if she listened to my podcast. So I just mention it to her. I'll just tell her the details about it. Yeah. Life is tough. But we gonna be alright, y'all. And so that's all I got for y'all today. But I just want to let y'all know that we gonna get it together. And if not, then we just gonna cry about it together. Just come find me. I want to lace you up at all the socials. and say, bitch, let's cry together. And I'll FaceTime you and we can cry. We can do that. We can definitely do that. Okay? Okay. All right. I love y'all. Y'all, keep me in your thoughts and think, what would big legs do? And just know that I roll me up a blunt and pray. Okay? That's all. All right. Love, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. And like I say, don't go fucking on nobody else today. You can go wash your ass. Okay? Bye.